And this is today's episode of Uncensored, and today's episode is calf liver. First off, the ingredients you're going to want to get for the calf liver. Now for me, I am gluten intolerant, so I'm going to be using almond flour, but you can go ahead and use regular flour. I also hate onions, so I'm using onion powder instead. And you can use regular salt, but I really like garlic, so I'm going to use some garlic salt. And of course you're going to want a side. Now I'm right now doing a low carb diet, so I'm going to use green beans, but I've heard that this really pairs well with potatoes. So you can do mashed potatoes, you could do scalloped potatoes, something on the side like that, or with rice. Now it normally also comes with gravy. I'm not going to do the gravy because of the gluten allergy. I've gone ahead and defrosted the calf liver, and I've never had calf liver before, so my good friend Carolyn, she has told me what to do. So what we got to do is, sounds kind of gross, but you're supposed to bleed this out. So we're going to put it in a bowl, and we're going to bleed it out for like half an hour. Alright, so we've got it in the bowl. It looks like an absolute gelatinous mess. Does not look appetizing at all, and I got to tell you, it feels really gross. But we're going to let this bleed out for half an hour, come back to it, and then we'll get to the next step. Okay, now that I've let it bleed out for about half an hour, I'm going to wash it off. And this is, of course, very gross. Texture is terrible. But that's what you got to do next. Put my almond flour in a separate bowl. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each strip of the calf liver and just coat it in some almond flour. Now this stuff is super slimy. Now that I've got them all covered in almond flour, I've put them in a pan. I used some avocado oil to simmer them in, but I've been told that if you're not gluten intolerant like me, having some gravy in there and simmer it in gravy is the right thing to do. So we're going to turn this on simmer. I'm going to add a little bit of the garlic salt, and we're going to add a little bit of onion powder. Now I've also been told that regular onions are good. I just don't like regular onions. So I'm simmering these on low for about 10 to 15 minutes on each side, but I've got a really low temperature on these. Here's the moment of truth. So I've got them all cooked. We're going to taste. Let's see what the calf liver tastes like. Alright, it was hard to cut this stuff. Okay. Texture ain't so great. It's actually not that bad. Much better than I thought it would be. So, there you go. Calf liver gets thumbs up. Today's episode of Uncensored. Be sure to like and subscribe on our YouTube channel so you can follow me.